Okay, I am here with the winner of the Battle of CamRock, Nathan Guerra. Nathan, I believe you raced yesterday, is that right? And you raced again today?
Yeah.
How was your race today? Let's talk about that first.
It was really good. I felt like I had legs all day and lungs all day.
Good.
Which is probably because I felt like I had no lungs yesterday. but,
yeah.
But yeah, it was great. I don't know if you want a quick recap.
Yeah.
Mikey did his
yeah.
pin it for a lap.
Yeah,
and I was like
out
head
there.
sideways. How long are we gonna do this for? And then it slowed down when we came into the gravel after all the tech stuff.
Yeah.
We came into there's like crazy switchbacks going up.
Yep.
Over here.
That's when I pushed it.
And as soon as it slowed up, I went to the front there and said, I'm just going to keep going.
Right.
And just go as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Pinned it up, and I think 3 or 4 made it. It was me, Tristan, Corey Stelgis.
Yep.
And
Phillips.
Neff was dangling there,
yep.
I think. And so was Mikey dangling.
Yep.
Then as soon as Tristan saw that I kept on wanting to go, he put it. I yelled at him, "Controller!" I was like, "You're controlling me! Stop it!" And we were laughing a little bit.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
You're gonna kick my butt for saying that, aren't you? But then I just felt like I had good climbing legs all day long, and I attribute that also to this. I can't believe the difference. I said I'd never go back to 26, but
right.
when I switched to 29, I also switched to full.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if maybe what I was talking about was never going back to a hardtail.
To the hardtail 26, yeah.
Well, to a hardtail.
Yeah.
I said I'd never go back to 26, but I got on this, and I was like, oh, maybe the advantage I got when I went to 29 was just that I was on a fully.
Right, yeah.
So.
And this is the first time that you've raced the top fuel here at WORS.
Yeah, I raced it yesterday also at the Pro XCT, but this is the first time I raced it at WORS. And it was kind of like the first test for me amongst what I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Right.
Yesterday it was like fighting from the back,
Yeah.
And at elevation.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I wasn't acclimated at all. And
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got away on lap 3. I finally wasn't controlled one of the times, and going into the most technical sections of the race.
Yeah.
And just pinned every corner and climbed every climb as hard as I could for about half a lap and got a good gap.
Good.
And then I put in cruise control on the parts that were more technical and flat, and just made sure to pin it up every hill because I knew that would keep putting time in.
Right.
But then the last lap I started suffering. I was like, okay, don't go too much. And I think Corey was pulling me back actually because I started to back off.
He started to come up, but you had by then such a big gap. I mean, it got up to over 40 seconds.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then in the last lap, he was pulling it in, but it wasn't within 20. So I was like, as long as you're careful, and keep in control, then you've got it.
That's pretty much what I did, cruise control, because it was hot out today.
Yeah, it was very hot.
It was hot. I almost started cramping at one point, but I got enough power gel in and water that I backed it off. So.
Right.
Sometimes when you're just hammering with a group of guys, you forget to fuel.
Yeah.
When you're alone, it's a little easier to do that.
Well, that's a good racing tip. So, at the end of the interview today, I've been asking everybody since it's Father's Day, a Father's Day question, and I wanted to hear a little bit about the awesome fathers in your life that you know.
Oh, and, well, one of them was here, my grandpa.
Yeah.
Is like a father to me, totally. Brian Steinke, total mentor to me, tons of wisdom. Growing up, introduced me to a relationship with God.
Yeah.
Totally is someone I attain to be like. He mentors and is grown into like a tree that creates shade for everybody else around me.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of in our family rests underneath him.
Yeah.
So as a grandpa to me also a father figure. And then my dad used to tree racing. That's why we still got the little
the
tree.
Guy here. Yeah, absolutely.
He's
Mr.
Still there,
Tree.
He's a huge supporter of me, and he's the one. That's why I started Vision Kinda. Is he grew me up on a BMX track in my backyard.
Right.
And so local infrastructure. In a local community with mentors who put people into the sport.
Right.
And so that's kind of what I grew up with my dad. So So yeah, those are the fathers in my life. And then I'm a father, so I miss my kids so much after traveling this last few days.
Yeah, exactly. And you have 4 kids now.
Yep.
And you know, I've noticed some of your older ones out here on the track with number plates on. I know.
She's leading the juniors. I think for 7 to 8 year olds.
So what's that like? I mean, I think that I'd like to ask people about what's it like to be a father at WORS. There's so many dads here at WORS. Dads who race, dads who support. What's that like to be a dad who's racing seriously? You just won the race. You've got 4 kids. How do you do it?
Well, how do you do it?
Yeah.
Well, how do you get the training in? There's a certain amount of sacrifice that goes into it. And you also get up early.
Yeah.
And make sure that your recovery days are spent with each one, and they all take turns with me, so I get time with them.
Yeah.
And they come to the races.
Yeah.
This WORS is community.
Yeah.
And that's a huge value, where it's not just about the competition, it's about the people too.
Yeah.
And so you can bring your kids to this and not exclude them.
Right.
And so that's how you do it, is that you just get them involved in it too. And it's healthy, it's good for them.
I know.
And it creates confidence in the kids too.
Right.
So, yeah, that's how you do it. They do it too. You don't just do it.
Right. Well, I've always thought the parents who I see out here with their kids are really smart, because what other parents get to hang out with their kids once they're teenagers?
Yeah.
They don't want to hang out with you. But if they come to WORS events, it seems like they stay until they go away to college.
Yeah,
almost,
totally.
So. Well,
awesome.
Nathan, I've taken up a lot of your time, but I
it's
want to
okay.
thank you very much.
I wonder if anyone's going to watch the whole thing.
Someone will. I will.
Yeah, I'll probably watch
Make
the
sure
whole
I
thing
didn't swear or anything like that. So, thank you very much. Congratulations on your win today.
Thanks.
Yeah.